Hello everyone! In this video, I will review and show how to connect and set up the STC-3028 Humidity and Temperature Controller. This model I have is for 220 volts. When ordering, you can also choose 12 volt and 24 volt versions. This is for the module's own power, and you can connect a load of up to 10 amps at 220 volts. This means the power supply for the device itself and the connected load can be different. The kit includes the controller itself and an external SHT20 sensor. Here it comes with 4 wires. You will need to screw them into the terminal block at the back. The cable length is 1 meter. Everything is already pre-wired here. Just insert into the terminal block and tighten. The terminal block at the back is covered with a plastic lid. It opens, there are these little clips on the sides, so we press and open. The terminal block is easily removed, and the wiring diagram is drawn on top, showing what needs to be connected where. Using a screwdriver, loosen the screws from the top, insert, and tighten. Now I will show what connects where. Here, the first 2 contacts are for 220 volt power. Then, 4 contacts are for connecting the sensor. Here, everything is labeled by color, and the diagram shows which wire goes where. And next, 2 contacts are for the humidity controller, and 2 are for the temperature controller. No power comes out of these contacts here. The controller simply switches the load. That is, it acts as a switch. You insert it into the circuit, and the controller functions as a switch. Now I will show how to connect what where. Connect the wires according to the diagram. They are labeled by color here. Cross-reference with your own diagram, because the model might differ slightly, and the layout here might be different. So it's best to check with your own diagram. Mine connects blue, yellow, green, red. This is according to the drawn diagram. Next, we need to connect the power, phase and neutral. These 2 contacts receive 220 volts here. It doesn't matter where the phase or neutral goes. We just connect it to these 2 contacts. I'm taking power from the outlet, phase and neutral. We insert the neutral into one terminal, which will be the black wire, and the brown wire is the phase. We also tighten the contacts, and all that's left for us is to connect the consumers. As a heater, I'll just connect a light bulb. This is so it's visible whether the heater is on or not. It's connected according to the diagram. For example, here we also have 2 wires. We power the neutral directly from the outlet, so I'll just connect it to the terminal block here and tighten it. The neutral goes directly to the heater. The phase, however, goes into the circuit break, meaning we'll need this terminal block for connecting the heater. To supply the phase to one contact, and when switched on, it will appear on the second contact, so I'll take it from here. You can take it from here, or directly from here. I'll take the phase, I insert it into the terminal block, I supply the phase to one contact. Here we tighten it, it doesn't matter which one. And on the second contact, we'll take the phase. So when the thermostat is switched on, if the temperature drops, the relay will switch on, closing these 2 contacts, and the phase will be supplied to the heater. So we connect it here and tighten it. If you have a cooler instead of a heater, then it's connected the same way. Only the settings are reversed. The switch on temperature and switch off temperatures are swapped, and it will switch on when the temperature rises. Our relay will activate and turn on the cooler. Now we need to connect the humidifier. I've taken this small metal one. It's powered by 24 volts. I'll be taking 24 volts directly from a laboratory power supply unit, so you could control it before the power supply unit. But for this example, I'll connect it and show it after the power supply unit. So this relay will control the 24 volt circuit. Here I have plus as the brown wire and minus as the green wire. So I'll be controlling the positive. Into one contact, I immediately tighten the wire coming from the humidifier. There, connected. I'm taking power from the power supply unit. Here I have plus and minus. Plus is the red wire. I insert it into the terminal block. And when the humidity controller is switched on, the relay will close and turn on, supplying positive to the humidifier. The negative will go directly from the power supply unit. I'll just twist these two wires together, and the negative will work directly, while the positive will be switched. Everything is ready with the connection. Basically, everything is clear. Now I'll show you how to set it up. When power is supplied, the controller turns on, and the display shows the current values: temperature 22.3 degrees and humidity 57.4. Here's the humidity sensor. I placed it here, next to the container. So, when the humidifier is switched on, like this, moisture will reach the sensor nearby, and then upon reaching the set value, the humidity controller will switch off. To view the set values, press the button once. The buttons with a 1 are responsible for temperature. This is the lower limit, 20 degrees, the upper limit, 30 degrees. So upon reaching 30 degrees, if the sensor is heated, the light will turn off, and the thermostat will switch off. When the temperature drops to 20 degrees, the thermostat will turn on. So let's set it to, for example, 21 degrees. It's set instead of 30. You need to long press and then set it with the arrows. You can hold it down and the number decreases quickly. There, we've set it. The upper limit is 21.1. The current temperature is 21.7. The thermostat has switched off. For it to turn on, the temperature must drop below 20 degrees. And it's the same with humidity. We can view the set values using the arrows. So 60% humidity is the upper limit, the lower limit is 40. When the humidity drops to 40%, the humidifier will turn on. To set it, let's try, for example, currently the humidity is 55.4. It's dropping. We'll set the lower limit to 55. To check how the humidifier works, we set it to 55%. There, we've set it. The settings are saved automatically. The humidity quickly increased to 68.5. And it turns off at 60. You can set it higher so that it works longer. For example, let's set it to 80%. "85. Now the settings will be saved, and when the humidity drops to 55%, the humidifier will turn on again. I'll wait a bit. There, we've lowered the humidity and bring the sensor closer. It will collect moisture. The moisture starts to rise, see the numbers going up, and when the value reaches the upper limit, the humidifier will turn off. It reached 80%, and now it will drop again to the lower limit. Also, in this controller, you can calibrate this sensor. If you have any inaccuracy in temperature or humidity, to calibrate the value, we will need to press two buttons simultaneously. We press two buttons and enter the calibration menu. And also with the up and down arrows, we can calibrate the sensor either plus or minus. And the humidity sensor is calibrated the same way. We press two buttons and calibrate it plus or minus. So if your sensor shows an inaccurate value, you can calibrate it. This is how this model works, this humidity and temperature controller. I'm leaving a link to it in the description. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye everyone.